All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Birmingham. And I tell you, I appreciate that this match, before Eala's match, has taken this long because there was a chance there that we're going to have to watch Eala at the same time as Zverev. And I really didn't want to watch a doubleheader when Zverev and Menchik was on. But thanks to the match before Eala, it has been extended. It's still going. It's in a final set tiebreak, so we're just going to wait probably another 10, 15 minutes. But yeah, I really didn't want to. I really didn't want to do a doubleheader with Zverev, but it's worked out well. And there will definitely, and I'm going to, warning, there will be a doubleheader on the. We have to do a little bit of an overlap with the next semi, but that's okay. Next semi-final. By the time if Eala wins in straight sets like she did last time they played, then we shouldn't get too much of an overlap. It should be pretty much Caboli and Analdi match should be on pretty. Maybe it's like the first set, and we might then be able to focus on properly. But how we doing, chat? What's going on? Zverev withdrew for next week. Yeah, I saw that. No surprise. Caboli as well. No surprise. It would have been a shock to see them play next week. You make a French Open semi, you're not playing next week. So Zverev's out. Caboli's out. I mean, Shelton's number 1 seed. Fritz number 2. We might tune into Stuttgart. Like I said, tennis never ends. So next week is Serena week. That's my focus. But we do have Raducanu, Mboko, Anisimova, Eala, Fernandez, Jovic. I mean, it's a stacked event at Queen's Club. Is Raducanu playing as well, maybe? So we'll be in Queen's Club next week. Starting Monday, depending on who plays Monday morning, morning. On the men's side, though, you got Rosmalen Championships, which has got FAA Demon or Medvedev. So yeah, again, we got a pretty stacked event week next week. Also, Feast put out of Den Bosch, so that's a bit scary. That's a bit of a worry. But grass season starts Monday. We'll be live and ready to go for 3 weeks of preparations for the big Wimbledon. Who do you think wins this one, Eala or Sawangkaew? Eala. Eala should win this in straights. She's been playing really well this week. She had a little bit of a slip up yesterday in the second set, but she recovered well. And they played at the Southeast Asia Games at the end of last year for the gold medal. And Eala won in straights. I think it was 1 and 2. So I don't think... as much as I think Sawangkaew is a very fun player to watch, she's very aggressive, very, very intense. So much fun to watch. Eala's having has a better time on grass, or has been playing better on grass in her short career. So I'd expect Eala to win in straights, make the semis. Is she going to play the winner of this Bartunkova match? Because I really don't know how to pronounce the other player's name, and I'm scared of pronouncing that name. Oh no, she's up the top. Okay, it's okay. She's going to play Masarova. So Masarova is the one plays the winner of this, and then you've got Kruger down the bottom against the winner of Bartunkova and the British wildcard Stoysavljevic. Stoysavljevic. Hey, there we go. All right. We get okay. Stoysavljevic. Hey, all right. We get chat up. Maybe I wanted to win now, so we can say her name and make everyone then it look smart. Stoysavljevic. Huh? I think I nailed it. I think that was pretty good. Which tournament is Kyrgios coming back? I thought he was coming back to Stuttgart. Is that not happening? Is Keegs next week? Are we watching Kyrgios next week? Hang on. I thought he was coming back to Stuttgart. Is that not happening? Was he playing Den Bosch? No? Where's Kyrgios? Is he not coming back anymore? Because we're going to have a bit of a Kyrgios week next week too. Next week's just going to be fun week. Good pronunciation. I'm getting so good at pronouncing names. Are you going to do the Flavio game as well? Hell yes. That doesn't start for another 45 minutes though, so we got some time. We're going to start that up when it starts. I'm out of here. All right, bye. Eala beat Sawangkaew 2-love. Yeah, she beat her in the Southeast Asia Games 2-0. Kyrgios bingo. Hey, we could bring back Kyrgios bingo. We could bring back Kyrgios bingo. I've just reached first in expected aces thing 2 in the fantasy. Oh, nice. Wait, is it updated already? Is it already updated? Oh yeah, nice. What am I top of the league in Tennis Talk League? No. 300. I need Kaboli to win. Kaboli has to win. Bartunkovic has won. It took her a little longer than expected, but she won. God, am I going to get top 100? That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. All my fantasy teams out. My bracket is awful. Nah, fair enough. Did you open the cards at 300k? No, we're going to do that tomorrow. So the plan is, by the way, Bartunkova won an extra point, and she won the match. The plan is, and I've just got to think it through a little bit. So tomorrow we've got the women's final, right? Women's final is going to be at, and they're talking about Australian time, is going to be at 11 p.m. So 11 p.m. my time. So we watch the women's final. Let's say it goes for 2 hours, 3 hours. Let's say 3 hours. Then I'm at 2 a.m. my time. 2 a.m. my time is like perfect for you guys, right? By the way, is Hashanov and Bublik playing some random ass event? What's going on? What's the Bonmont Tennis Masters? Some like AI shit? What's going on? Is Djokovic playing? We're going to watch an exhibition? Oh, what? There's been matches going on all week? Hang on, what? What is this? You're telling me that Gasquet played against Hurkacz and FAA played Sonigo? He just lost. And then he played that? Wait, what? What am I watching? What is this match? What are these results? Who else is playing this event? Fabio Fognini's playing? I'm sorry. What the hell is this? What is this thing, chat? Does anyone know what this thing is? The Bonmont Tennis Masters on grass. What is this random thing that French random competition? Why didn't anybody tell me? Chat, you're supposed to tell me these things, not me tell you. Isn't that how it works? You're supposed to tell me when exhibition tournaments are on. I don't know what this is. Like some random French-like thing. Team is playing? What? This is a fever dream. What is this? Hashanov, Wawrinka, Bublik, Mute. Oh, okay. It's like some grass event in France. Oh, whatever. It's Cam's first week. He'll catch on. Yeah. Yeah, what the hell? What the hell? It's just an exhibition. Yeah, but it's an exhibition. Main draw for Queen's Club will take place on Saturday at 1:30 local time. That's tomorrow. Okay. But yeah, next week we got Queen's Club. I don't know if Kyrgios is coming back next week or not, but we've got Queen's Club next week for the ladies. Michael Jordan's played. That's crazy. I think Kyrgios got a wild card to Stuttgart, didn't he? Let me double. I don't know. I can't see his name anywhere. He did get a wild card. He did. I can see his name right there. He did get a wild card. So we're going to watch some Kyrgios next week too. If he plays. We'll have to watch Keegs. I mean, chat, the first person we ever watched on this channel 8 years ago was Nick Kyrgios. So we got to watch Nick Kyrgios at 301k. Like 8 years ago. We started this channel with Kyrgios. We've got to at least watch him when we reach a massive milestone. Watch Kyrgios lose in the first round. But he could also win, and that would be really fun. So you just never know with Keegs. That's the beauty of watching Kyrgios. You just never know what he's going to do. You don't know how he's going to play, what he's going to bring. Can't wait to say hello to lush grass and faster, shorter rallies. Yeah. Yeah, we're long overdue for some green grass, I think. Touching some grass. I need to touch grass, for sure. Definitely need to touch some grass. Alexandra Eala already in the main draw of Queen's Club. Yeah. Yep. So we'll watch her next week as well. Queen's Club is where it's at, and then we're going to watch the Queen. Queen Serena. And she is coming back. I'm so pumped for Serena to come back. I can't even wait. When I heard the rumor, I didn't want to do. To be honest, I wanted her to announce it. I wish. And look, is there a chance that she leaked it? Yes, there's definitely a chance that she leaked it. Right? That she was like, "Hey, Andy Roddick, I'm going to tell you this information that you could say on your podcast." Okay, yes, that could be a thing. Or did John Wertheim doing his journalistic job and calling the tournaments and hearing that people are getting, like, the Queen's Club got called by Serena's people. Like, okay, he did a great job at investigating, right? But I really wish she just got that moment. It would have been so fun to just be like, what, Serena's back? Like, all of a sudden. Like, she's like, I'm back. And no warning? Like, that'd been great. That would have been great. That would have been so great. But she's coming back anyway, so we're going to watch it. Either way, we get it. We get what we want. We get to see Serena playing tennis again. All right. Players about to come out of court. When's the draw for Queens? Tomorrow. I'm cutting grass now in the backyard. Nice. Is it true Serena never technically retired? I don't know. I have to double check that. We'll talk about that next week, though. We'll check that next week. All right, here we go. Players out on court. Eala did crush her first round opponent. I have a feeling this could be similar. Sawangkaew, I'm not sure exactly what her grass credentials are, but she definitely is an underdog in this match. She did take out Day and Klimovicova, which I definitely nailed first try. But I don't think her form on grass is... Like, Eala's a good grass court player. We found that out last year, and she's proving that again this year so far. So let me have a look. 23-year-old Sawangkaew. She did come through the qualies of this tournament, so she has played 4 matches on grass already to get here. But 2 years ago, she lost both matches that she played on grass, one in the Wimbledon qualies and one in the Ilkley qualies. And but this week she's playing great. She's won 4 matches in a row. But I don't know. I think she's more of a hardcourt player. The grass should be advantage Eala. It should be. It'll be interesting seeing how Serena does play doubles. She took medication, maybe lost muscle mass. I have no idea about any of that. But we're going to watch her. I'm going to see how she goes. I think with Serena as well, like, what's going to suck is if she loses with Mboko, people are going to be coming out just like they do with Venus and say, oh, why is she here? Which is always so annoying. But to be honest, if Serena wins one match, that'd be great. Like, if she wins one doubles match, we get to watch another one. It's just, I feel like for this comeback, I don't think again, calling it a comeback, I think it's more, she is coming back, but I don't think she's coming back to take over the doubles world. Like, I don't think she's coming back with those expectations, right? She's not playing singles, as far as we know. She's not playing singles, but yeah, it just should be a joy to watch. That's what I'm going in with. I'm like, if she loses, okay, fine. But it's more just like the joy of getting to watch Serena play again. Seeing Serena on court again and not in an exhibition, in a real match. Like, I'm just excited to watch it. All right, players warming up. Shout out to the Philippines. By the way, thank you for staying up. I know, like, the Filipinos, this was supposed to start 2.5 hours ago, but the schedule pushed matches back, especially the last match. Last match really, really pushed the timing of this one way back. But here we are, and we are ready to go. Let's see if Eala can keep this clay streak going. Oh, so this grass streak going. Elizabeth.
Good luck, Eala.
Thank you for the donation. Yep. She's definitely the favorite here. She's probably the favorite to win the tournament as well. Did Serena mention anything about coming back during her 2022 campaign? No, Serena didn't mention anything about that. I'm in Birmingham Open at the moment watching live. Hey, Mish! Enjoy. Have fun. You've had some good tennis today too. The matches have been pretty fun, so enjoy. All right. Kaboli match starts in 30 minutes. And we will be tuning in. Don't you stress. We got the Kaboli match coming up very soon. All right. Last couple of serves, and then we will begin. Sleep cycle to be back on track for you now? No. I wish. No, that's not for another 5 weeks. We're gonna get through the through June first. Now my sleep schedule next week stays the same, because grass season's the same as clay season. In fact, the grass season is a little bit better because of the curfews, but that's it. and the bad light stops play. So I get saved by the daylight, but my sleep schedule next week is going to be exactly the same. It's not until after Wimbledon that I can actually start getting sleep. I'm watching while listening to the stream. Hey, nice. Gibson Chenna in the won the doubles. Oh, nice. That is cool. All right, here we go. It's going to be Eala to serve. Let's see if she can keep it going. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to like the video as well. If you're just coming in, before we get started, make sure you check if you've liked the video. And if you have liked it, great. If you haven't liked it yet, then here is your time to do it. Been a long week. Been a long tournament. But we're at the end now. 3 matches left. Crazy. And we might also watch Eala win a challenger event. So bonus. Bonus stream. Here we go. Thankfully, Wimbledon has a curfew. Yeah, we're forced to finish matches we have an end time, which I actually appreciate a lot. French Open start when Wimbledon ends, pretty much 11 p.m. But then the French Open's been going until 1, 2 a.m. Here we go. Eala to serve. She serves a fault. Second serve. Vacation in July. Yeah, I'll tell you, the day after Wimbledon, I'm disappearing unless Alcaraz comes back. God, I miss him. As we're back now at the line of the backhand of Eala. 4-0 from Sawangkaew as Eala slice. Goes long. Love 15. By the way, chat, who has watched the Rafa doc? The first episode. We won't talk about it until tomorrow because I want to give everybody at least a week to watch it, and I haven't watched it. So I've only watched episode 1. So we won't give any spoilers out. It gives you guys a chance to watch because it came out last week, right? So yeah, we'll say we'll give a week of spoiler free. So then you guys can watch tomorrow or today or whatever. I only watched episode 1 so far. Love 15. Eala double false. Love 30. Haven't watched it yet. Don't give anything away, please. No, we'll not do that. We will be giving stuff away during the finals, though. During the men's final, we'll talk about it more there, or the women's final. And probably in the members-only stream. So if you don't want to, we'll probably talk about it more there. All right. Love 30. I watched all in 6 hours. Yeah, I got to binge it probably tomorrow. Before the women's final, I'll probably end up watching a bit of it. I've only watched episode 1. As we'll find now from Sawangkaew goes long. It's 15:30. 15:30. Spoilery wins Wimbledon. No, don't tell me that. Damn it, I was going for Leighton. I'll tell you, chat, I'm going to have to rewatch Wimbledon final of 2008. That final is one of the only matches I've watched, probably the match I've watched the most of any match, besides Leighton Hewitt matches, but as Eala with a 30 all. But yeah, that 2008 Wimbledon final, I'm gonna rewatch that. Got to rewatch that. We should maybe do. Maybe we'll do that after Wimbledon. Maybe we could do like a 2008 retro stream. Maybe we'll do a retro stream. Would that be fun? Would anybody join? Would anybody care if we did a 2008 throwback stream where we pretend like it's live and because I remember that match, but I don't remember the play-by-play of it, every point. So I'm going to be surprised. I haven't watched it for a while too. So and we can all you can watch it too. You can literally put it on your TV because it's on YouTube. And we can pretend like it's 2008. 30-40. As a forehand out of the backhand of Sawonki. Backhand now from Eala. Sawonki's got the break point. If slice goes into the backhand of Eala. Sawonki forehand. Off the tape. Eala gets it back with a slice. Sawonki forehand again into the Eala backhand. Sawonki backhand cross. Eala goes forehand again to the back of Sawonki up the line. Sawonki hits it wide. We get the deuce. Albert show up first. I don't know. I feel like it would just be really... We've done it before. We did it back in 2020. We watched Indian Wells Djokovic Federer and pretended like it was whatever year that was. But I feel like that was back in 2020 when we had like 10,000 subscribers. So I feel like it would be more... It could be more fun now that we have more people. And I can call the match like we call it live. No spoilers. Deuce. As Eala serves again. Return goes into the back end of Eala. Forehand out for Sawonki. Into the back of Eala, but Sawonki hit it long and it's advantage Eala. Yeah, maybe we'll do that during, like after Wimbledon, we might do something like that. I feel like that's fun. I would love to rewatch that match anyway, so rewatching that match. Like rewatching that match together would be kind of fun. All right. Second serve, Eala. As a return goes the front of Eala. Back in it for Sawonkaew. Up the line to the back end of Eala. Front of Sawonkaew goes again. The front of Eala. Sawonkaew backhand. Cross court. Eala goes forehand up the line. Sawonkaew gets it back cross court. Into the back end of Eala. Sawonkaew another forehand to the back end of Eala. Sawonkaew backhand cross court. Eala gets on the stretch. Sawonkaew wins the point, though Eala in net. And we get the deuce. I'll take Nadal in 5. At least we won't get like people coming in and being like betting on it, right? I think it'll be fun to do a throwback stream, maybe. Just depends on if anybody cares, like if you want to show up or not. If anybody wants to see it. As a return goes in the backhand of Eala in the net. There's advantage Sawonkaew to get the break. Sawonkaew? Chat, I need your help. Sawonkaew or Sawonkaew? I thought I was getting it right with Sawonkaew, but people laughed and people were like, "That's the wrong way." But is it? I feel like it's not. I think. Anybody? How do I say it exactly? Backhand return into the front of Eala, up the line of the front of Sawonkaew. Volley from Eala is too good. Back to deuce. Sawangkaew. That's what I've been saying. Sawonkaew. It's not Sawonki, it's Sawonkaew. Now, as Eala backhand, Sawonkaew gets it back with a forehand pass. Eala picks it up. Sawonkaew up the line with the forehand goes wide. That was a great pickup, but just missed the pass. No K, make it G. So it's Sawonkaew. 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 Breaking news. Oh God, now what? What? Whoa, that is crazy news. Are you kidding me? That's crazy news. That can't, is that real? We get to deuce here. Really? That sucks. Oh, that sucks. I mean, it's great for Caboli, but it sucks for Rinaldi. Holy. Advantage Eala. Wait, is that real? Oh, man. That sucks for Zverev, too, because Zverev now is going to play a fresh Caboli. Whoa, that's crazy. As we do a return winner by Sawangkaew, and it's deuce. Holy, where's the I need an announcement. Like I need to. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. That sucks. It sucks as well because we don't get to watch, and we lose a semi-final of a major. Oh, I want to watch the second semi. Anyways, Eala hits it out, and it's advantage Sawangkaew. I tell you, we need this to be an epic now because we have nothing else to watch after this. Oh, man, I need to hear a We need a. Oh, God damn it! Apparently, it was because he has a virus. Oh man, that sucks for him as well, right? Bugger. All right. Well, we'll get to that we'll get to the news in a second. All right, advantage Sawangkaew as Eala gets a slice from Sawangkaew to the front of Eala. Front from Sawangkaew. Goes long. We're back to deuce. This is a marathon game. We're in deuce jail, but oh man. Yeah, I know he's out. Roland Chaos, yep. So Kaboli versus Zverev is your final. Which is probably the final that we thought anyway when we saw the semis, but man, that sucks. We got robbed. That would have been a 4-5 setter for sure. Like that would have been a 4 setter for sure. God, we got robbed. Robbed. Has he come out with anything? Has he said anything? Has he come out with a any sort of statement or anything? I guess he's going to do a press conference. Anyways, advantage Sawangkaew as we get a slice in the net, and we're back to deuce. What are we doing here? This is a marathon game. All right, advantage Eala. To take the first game of the match, which has been a marathon game. All right, Eala hits it in the net, and we're back to deuce. Nothing worse than losing a match, especially a semi. As that goes out by Sawangkaew on the return, it's advantage Eala. To take the first game of the match. As we got a forehand slice from Eala, forehand out from Sawangkaew. As Eala goes up the cross court, Sawangkaew backhand again to the front of Eala. Into the front of Sawangkaew. Eala with a backhand on the stretch. Sawangkaew cross court forehand. Eala gets hit with backhand. Sawangkaew backhand cross court open court winner. Beautiful rally. We're back to deuce. All right, we get the deuce. As Sawangkaew comes to the net with the volley. Eala with a pass up the line winner. Great rally. Advantage Eala. Great play for Eala. All right, advantage Eala. And Eala does hold with a good serve. All right. First game on the board after like 20 minutes. All right. All right, so we've got some breaking news regarding the French Open semi-final, the second semi-final with Cobolli and Arnaldi. Someone's withdrawn. So that means that we get an automatic finalist. Let's go have a look at who has withdrawn. So taking a look at the French Open Twitter account, and they have just announced that due to a viral illness, Arnaldi has been forced to withdraw from his semi-final match against Cobolli. Get well soon, Matteo. So unfortunately, it's Arnaldi who has been forced to withdraw, and he was looking great. He had such a physical tournament, though, playing a lot of five-setters, playing some really physical matches, and had played a lot of time on court. But such a shame that he gets to his first semi-final of a major, and he is unable to compete, which means that Zverev is going to take on Cobolli. So there it is. Arnaldi is out of the tournament, unfortunately, with a viral illness. Cobolli gets a free ride into the final, but again, Cobolli's been playing well, so he deserved to be in the final. It's not like he got an easy road to the final. He beat Auger-Aliassime. He's beaten Tien, right? He's beaten some good players to get there, and he's into the final against Zverev. Let me know in the comments below if you're watching this video later. Who's going to win the final? Zverev playing a fresh Cobolli is going to be tough. Cobolli did beat Zverev a few weeks ago. Zverev then got the revenge a week later, but it's going to be a really fun final. Cobolli versus Zverev, that's the French Open final. Unfortunately, Arnaldi being forced out with illness. Cobolli is in the final. It's going to be a fun final, though. Like, it's sad thing about... sad for Arnaldi, but we couldn't ask for a better final. A fresh Cobolli versus a very solid Zverev. That's going to be a fun one. That will be a fun one. All right, 1-1. Sawangkaew holds. And it's back to Eala, who played a marathon game in that first game of the match. first serve's a fault from Eala. Second serve. As the return goes back into Eala, back into Sawangkaew, into the front of Eala, up the line to the front of Sawangkaew, sliced. Eala wins the point though. 15 love, goes wide by Sawangkaew. All right, 15 love. There's Eala with a drop shot. It's too good. That's 30 love. Love. Another good serve by Eala. 40 love. There it is. Playing well. So he deserves being. All right. First serve is a fault. Second serve. All right, 40-15 Eala. Roll on chaos continues, chat. Roll on chaos continues. All right, 40-30. Nice hitting from Sawangkaew. Take a look at the French Open Twitter account, and they have just announced it. All right, 40-30. Eala with the backhand goes in the front of Sawangkaew. And Sawangkaew puts it in the net. All right. 2-1 on serve. So Cobolli and Rinaldi are doing a press conference together. That's kind of beautiful. That's kind of lovely. So like for Cobolli to be there and like doing a press conference together is kind of nice. That's kind of, it's very unique. But that's nice. That's nice from Cobolli to do that. He didn't need to do that. But for them to be there together doing a press conference, that's kind of nice. All right, 2-1 Eala. Two, one. All right. As we get to 15-all, and then Sawangkaew wins a point. And it's 30-15. All right, break point for Eala, but let's see if she can take it. All right, nice hitting from Sawangkaew, and she gets the deuce. It's not official yet. It is official. It is official. They're doing a press conference right now about it. All right, deuce. There's a point now from Sawangkaew, and that's out. Advantage Eala. All right, advantage Eala to get the break. As a return goes the forehand of Sawangkaew, backhand from Eala. Into the forehand of Sawangkaew as Eala backhand. Again in the forehand of Sawangkaew in the stretch. Eala backhand. Up the line. There's a winner. There's the break. 3-1 Eala. She breaks. All right. She gets the break first. Does Eala? Three one. All right, first serve is a fault. Second serve is a double fault. 15. All right, so it goes out by Sawangkaew, and it's 15-0. As we do a forehand now from Sawangkaew into the forehand of Eala. Cross court the back of Sawangkaew. Eala with the forehand on the stretch. Sawangkaew goes up the line but hits in the net. That's a shame. She played such a good point. 30-15. All right. As that goes out by Sawangkaew, and it's 40-15. As the return goes in the backhand of Eala. Sawangkaew goes the backhand of Eala again, the front of Sawangkaew. Eala have the line to win up. And it's 4-1. 4-1. Eala. 4-1 Eala. She's got the break. 4-1. In 30 minutes. All right. Four and one. Now we might just do a. Where are we? Where is that? There it is. All right, chat. If you haven't checked it out, check out the video about Analdi. If you're just coming in and you haven't heard the news, as Eala gets to love 15. All right, love 30. Yeah, I'll look for this double break. It's 15:30. All right, double fault. 15:40 for a double break here, Eala. As Eala in the net with a return, 30-40. One saved. As the return goes in the back of Eala, 4 now from Sawangkaew into the front of Eala. Sawangkaew with a slice. Eala gets it back, but Sawangkaew open court winner. Great slice. We get the deuce. All right, we get the deuce. All right, let's just tell everybody what's going on so that people that are waiting are like, what the hell has happened? All right. What's going on, everybody? We were going to be watching a bit of a doubleheader here because Eala is playing in Birmingham, but unfortunately, Analdi has been forced to withdraw. If you haven't checked out the video, go check it out. We just posted. Yeah, illness. Viral illness, unfortunately. So he is out with a viral illness, which means that Kaboli will be in the final against Zverev. That's the final. So, yeah. But if you have any questions, they are doing a press conference at the moment. A joint press conference with the both of the guys is very, very rare. So that is that is it. That's where we're at, really, where we're at with this unfortunate situation as Eala gets to advantage. So, yeah, Kaboli will play Zverev in the final. That is the final, which, unfortunately, we don't get to see how Kaboli plays. We have watched Kaboli a lot this week, so we've watched him play FAA, we watched him play TN. You know, we've watched Kaboli a fair bit this week, so we've seen Kaboli progress into the final, which he totally deserves, right? He was, even with Sinner in the draw, he was still a lot of, his part of the draw was, with FAA was a very good part of the draw for him. I picked him to make the semis even with Sinner there. I thought he would lose to Sinner, but as Eala gets the double break, 5-1. So that is, unfortunately, the situation. I just saw Agassi's reaction. I mean, that's probably the reaction of us all, right? It's just that you never want to see this. You never want to see a retirement in this big of a match, right? Arnaldi, he's worked his butt off to get here, and now he doesn't even get to play a point in a semi-final. It's very similar. The last time I think this happened was Nadal 2022 when he beat Fritz and then had to pull out against Kyrgios. So that was the last time this happened on the men's side. I can't remember it happening on the women's side recently at a Grand Slam level. So that's going to be fun to see, though, because Kaboli's going to come in 100% fresh, which is going to be really interesting how he matches up against Zverev without having to play much tennis. So, or at least not playing an extra match. Might be a bad thing, right? It might be a bad thing having, 5 days off or 4 days off between matches. As Eala hits it out and it's left 15. So that's a shame. But viral illness, just unlucky. There's not much you can do. It's not like he... it wasn't like Arnaldi got injured, right? And we thought that would be the case against, Berrettini or maybe even Tiafoe, that he was going to run out of energy. But it was, he just got sick. The weather, and I did say this last week, if you remember, during the hot weather, that the weather was going to change to be going from blistering hot to freezing cold. I didn't want somebody to get sick, but the fact that it went from like super hot to super cold, there was always going to be people getting sick, right? That happens. The change in temperatures mid-tournament is going to take a toll in a different way. And it's taken its toll on Arnaldi, right? And he's gotten sick and he's now not able to play. You wonder, I mean, he got a retirement victory against Berrettini, right? In the second. So it's a little bit of a shame that top section of the draw that Sinner was supposed to be in kind of fell apart physically. Berrettini had some great matches, but he, had to pull out. And then Arnaldi now, who had some great matches as well against Big Foe. And now he's pulled out. Like, it's just that whole top section. I mean, you can even add Sinner in there, right? You can say, and Sinner as well. He had physical issues. He was sick, right? So, yeah. It sucks that top quarter of the draw really did suffer. He was up all night vomiting. Yeah. See, that might be like, I mean, Sinner said he was having that problem. Remember how he was saying before the match against Cerundolo, he was sick. So, yeah, you wonder, I don't know if it's the same thing, but, it's not the first person, right, to have an illness this week, because that goes in the net by Eala, and it's 15-40. God, it just sucks, man. We got robbed of a match. We get robbed of a Grand Slam semi-final, right? I mean, we only get 7 of these a year on the men's side, and now we have 8 of these, and now we only get 7, right? Yeah, it sucks. It just sucks. It's not fair for us, but it's not. Hopefully he's okay and he gets better and he can play the grass. But we're gonna have a banger final as Eala wins the point, 30-40. We've got an awesome final coming up between Kaboli and Zverev. So at least we get that. 30-40 here for Sawangkaew to get back a break. No semi-final because Analdi has withdrawn. Withdrawn due to illness, unfortunately. 30-40 here as Eala with the backhand into the forehand of Sawangkaew. That's a great shot. Eala puts up a lob. Sawangkaew with a forehand. Into the forehand of Eala. Another forehand from Sawangkaew on the stretch with a slice. Eala forehand inside out. Goes out. Break back. One of the breaks back. All right. 5-2. But we got a good match with Zverev. At least we got a good, 4-set semi-final with Zverev. So we didn't get completely robbed. It's just a shame we didn't get, we didn't get a complete, like a total set, like two semi-finals, right? And it sucks because I think this one would have been possibly the closer of the two, right? I thought this one might have been the 5-setter out of the two. Athletes' health is important, 100%. Vomiting is normal, even for mild illness. Why so many vomiting? I don't know. Don't know what's going on. Is there an illness going around France? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Not sure. I'm not sure what exactly is, why these are. I'm not a doctor. All right, 5-2. Eala has the break. But yeah, it is a shame that it's we've had a lot of players fatigued in this tournament and unable to play, or at least play to their best. We've had players that have played but haven't been able to, play their game. Sinner and Djokovic. We've had, players that have retired mid-point, or mid-match. Berrettini, right? We've had a lot of different things. The extreme heat to the cold. Maybe again, I think that might have been a bit of a factor for some. It's a big change in temperature, going from like 35 to 20. I know in Melbourne we have violent changes in weather, and people get sick when that happens. People going from like a really hot day to then freezing cold, and you have to, your body just can't handle it. Maybe that was part of it. Yeah, being sick or not, I mean, that feels more like, he had, that doesn't sound like he got sick because of the weather. It sounds like he got sick because of something else. Something you can get sick for anything, right? So Nadi's like, he just said in the press conference, it's difficult to be here. It's not what I wanted to do, but last night I started to feel not very well. Yesterday I was feeling okay. I came to practice and did everything I had to do. I felt fine. I had dinner. I started to feel so with my stomach. I was like, all right, just didn't digest very well. I woke up at 1 a.m. and started vomiting. I wasn't feeling the best. Then I tried to sleep. I couldn't sleep at all. And at 7 a.m. I vomited again. This time it was pretty bad. We called the doctor to the room. He came in, gave me some stuff. I was hoping it could just be something from the dinner. Throughout the day, I couldn't eat. Every time I ate or drank something, I would go to the bathroom. So it's tough. For how the tournament was, for how many hours I spent on court, I actually feel pretty good. To withdraw for my first semi-final is not something you wish for anybody. I tried to get ready and tried to stay as much as I could here. Tried to see if I could go on court, but every time I got up, I felt dizzy and I don't feel the best. I'm pretty sure if I ate again, I won't feel good. That was a right decision for me to take. So look, there you go. He was feeling it physically. He was fine. It wasn't his body breaking down, muscles breaking down, but him, And look, it just sucks. Terrible, bad timing. Terrible timing. 40-30. So it goes out by Eala, and it's 5-3 Eala. What did he eat? He said he was feeling sick, and then he went and had dinner. So he was sick beforehand. So he got some sort of a virus. The timeline is, well, his timeline is he got the virus before, then he ate and he couldn't keep food down. And I mean, it's very hard to keep food down. It's very hard to play tennis if you can't keep food down, because how are you going to have any energy to play, you know? You're not going to, if you don't have any energy. This is what Flavio said as well, because they're doing the press conference together. He said, when he came to me an hour ago, I almost cried. It's something you don't expect at all. I was ready to play this match. I was completely sad for him. So that's great. I mean, Caboli, great for him, but not in this way. And, he's a super humble dude. As that goes in the net by Sawangkaew, and it's 15-love. I'll tell you, Zverev's probably thinking, damn, now we're going to play a guy who's fresh. But, yeah. Agassi's reaction was all of us, right? Like, we got robbed of the semi-final. And it just sucks that way, especially your first semi-final, right? As that goes out by Eala, it's 15-0. Whereas with Rafa, when he withdrew in 2022, he'd made so many semis before that we're like, oh, it sucks, but it is what it is, right? It's unfortunate, but also he's been there, done that. Whereas Rinaldi, it's his first ever time, so it's like, it sucks to play, to not get to play your first slam semi. He worked so hard to get there too. 15-0. As Eala serves again into the backhand of Sawangkaew. Forehand from Eala into the backhand of Sawangkaew. As Eala forehand again. Sawangkaew, another backhand to the forehand of Eala. Sawangkaew backhand up the line. Eala backhand cross court. Sawangkaew gets on the stretch with a slice, but it's in the net. It's 30-15 Eala. For Rinaldi, he might never make it again to a semi. I mean, that's again another. Yeah, I mean that's another heartbreaking decision. Flavio going to the final. Cam, if Zverev loses, we will know his weakness is his mind, mental health. But I'm happy if he gets it done. Yeah, okay. 30-15. I'll tell you though, for us, it gives us the best possible final. Like, it would have been a bit of a bummer if we had gone to the final with a player who, was like not healthy. So it's for the best for us. It's awesome to have two fresh guys in the final. Like, Zverev's as fresh as he's gonna be. And now Caboli is he's lost I think 2 sets this week. So they're both coming in super ready. And it'll come down to the best man winning. Like, that's what it'll come down to. That it won't come down to like, oh, this guy's played too much, or this guy's injured, or this guy's whatever. It'll be 2 guys going to the final, winner, best player wins. Like, that's what we want. As the Eala hits a lovely lob and it's 40-30. There'll be no excuse. No excuse. All right, 40-30. As Eala to take the first set here. It's not been easy. As the return goes out, and there it is, Eala first set. 6-3. 6-3 Eala. Is it better to stop playing and then retire, or retire before it starts? I mean, it depends on who you are and how you feel. I don't think there's a right. Like, should Rinaldi have gone out there and tried to play? Well, no, because if he couldn't eat anything and he had no food before the match, that's probably dangerous. He could faint. There's risks playing with nothing, no food in your stomach. I mean, like that's a risky. Like, why would he go out on court with no food and let like dizziness? Like, that doesn't seem smart. So yeah, I think he made the right decision for him. Right? And it's not like he hasn't put in a lot of effort this week to try and win. He's played so many tough matches. So, like, I know people are going to feel like, oh, he should have tried. He should have gone out there. We don't know how he's, like, God forbid he went out there and he passed out. I mean, that would have been horrific to watch. You don't want to see that. So only he knows how. Yeah, he would have been severely dehydrated from vomiting, right? So only he knows how shit he was feeling, and that it wasn't worth risking. Going out there and trying to play a high level tennis match when you're feeling that bad and have no food in you and you can't no energy and you're just like, that's so risky. Well, why would you risk that? So I'm fine. It sucks for us. I wish we could watch a match, but he might have come out and played 3 games and then that was it. And it's like, is that better if he played 3 games? He's done what's best for him. The doctor probably said don't play as well. Exactly. I'm down. If we've seen Rinaldi a lot this week, and we've watched him. We watched him play Tiafoe. I mean, he's been through physical hell, and survived. I don't think he's the type of person throwing a towel. He would have been told, you can't go out there. I don't think he would have solely made the decision, because if you look at what he's done this week, he's not a quitter. I don't think, I think it would have been a whole discussion. Obviously, he feels like absolute garbage from vomiting all night, but the doctors would have been like, yeah, you can't play a tennis match with no food or no sleep. Has a bit of volley from Eala and the Sawangkaew in the net, 15-0. Sucks for Tiafoe. Oh, man. How brutal is that? He's 2 points away, big foe. Beats Rinaldi, plays Berrettini. Let's say Berrettini has the same thing happen that he had, and then Tiafoe's into the semis. I mean, sucks. But that's what this tournament's going to be. It's going to be, people are going to remember this tournament. Every player is going to remember this tournament, except for the winner. All the players that lose this tournament are going to be like, if I had done this or won that or I didn't, it's going to be so much. It's going to be a what-if tournament for so many players, except for the champion. Is it a forehand from Eala up the line to the forehand of Sawangkaew? Backhand out from Eala into the backhand of Sawangkaew. Sawangkaew gets it long. It's 30-0. And Tiafoe is on that list, right? What if I'd beaten Rinaldi, Be playing for he played for a Grand Slam final, How awful for Rinaldi. Yeah. Sucks, man. Sucks. Kaboli's in. Kaboli will get his chance to play Zverev. He'll be fresh. And he'll be ready to go. As Eala puts up a lob, goes into the backhand of Sawangkaew, as Eala with a forehand into the backhand of Sawangkaew. Eala forehand again up the line. Sawangkaew's with a forehand cross court. Eala on the stretch with the backhand. Sawangkaew drop shot. Too good. 40-30. Sawangkaew's played some really good points in this match. Rinaldi must be gutted. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't imagine. You work so hard. He has worked so hard, right? I mean, he has worked so hard to make this semifinal. So I don't think he would have taken this decision very lightly. I mean, he literally let it to the last minute. He didn't just go in the morning, wake up and go, no, I'm not playing. He's left it to the last minute. He told Kaboli an hour ago, and they were supposed to start playing 20 minutes ago. So Sawangkaew holds 1-love. So he's left it to the last second, to be ready to try and play. So, when you put yourself through those efforts, your immune system weak. Oh yeah, I mean, his body probably rebelled, after playing so much physical matches this week. Yeah. All right. Yeah, everyone got their ticket refunded tonight too. So not the tournament also felt that one. We're currently watching Eala taking on Sawangkaew, which was a little bit delayed because of the Zverev match. And Eala is up a set already. But yeah, I thought I'd go live because some people might have been waiting for the stream, wondering what the hell was going on. By the way, women's final tomorrow. This time tomorrow will be over. So there you go. Backhand from Sawangkaew in the net. It's 15-love Eala. But yeah, massive with refunds for everybody. Refunds, so many refunds. So many refunds to be given. Oh, you're leaving, are you? You had enough, have you? She's like, oh, I came here for an Audi. She's leaving. All right, 15 love. Has a non-Italian retired due to illness this year. Probably. Yeah, Mahach. Didn't he retire once? As they're falling now to the slice of Sawangkaew. Sawangkaew hits herself in the leg. She's not happy. 30 love. Yeah, Mia's like, refund. You only get a refund if you pay for a ticket. They let Italian fans down? Who? I don't think anyone let anyone down. I mean, the Italians have done such a great job. I don't know why all of a sudden they'd turn around and feel like they were let down. Uh, 40 love Eala. To level this second set. As we get a slice from Eala, and then Sawangkaew hits a lovely passing shot, 40-15. 40-15. How can they feel let down? Yeah. Why would they feel let down? That's crazy. Like, let down from what? Because they got they still, even with Sinner out and Musetti out, they still had 3 players making the quarters. Like, why would Italy feel let down? With a finalist still? I mean, this is probably if you're an Italian tennis fan, this is probably the best case scenario, because that means Caboli can go in as he can have the best chance against Zverev now. So, like, if you're an Italian tennis fan, you're probably like, yeah, it sucks, but also Caboli's got a better chance not having to play a 5-set semi to play Zverev with. You know, he's the fresher of the two. So, I mean, like, you shouldn't be that mad. It just sucks we don't get a match. But 1 second, chap. All right, we get the deuce. Yeah, I think Caboli's got his chances of beating Zverev now have gone way up, because he doesn't have, or at least they've gone up. They haven't gone way up, but because he doesn't have to deal with the he will go in fresher, way fresher. All right, we get the deuce. Yeah, Nardi pulled out. As the return goes out from Sawangkaew, and Eala gets to advantage. Yeah, with a virus. He was up all night. He was up during the night. He threw up. This morning he threw up. And then all day he couldn't keep down food. So, fortunately, all of those factors meant that he is unable to play this match. And that means that we get a Caboli versus Zverev final. You know, that's the final we're going to get. Advantage Eala. Eala to take the one, get on the board here. So Swiatek, Maya played doubles together. Yeah, they did. As we get a backhand now from Sawangkaew into the forehand of Eala. Sawangkaew with a slice. Into the back of Eala. Sawangkaew forehand. Into the forehand of Eala. Sawangkaew forehand again. To the forehand of Eala is Sawangkaew on the attack. Again to the backhand of Eala. Slice goes in. Sawangkaew forehand cross court. Eala's there with the backhand slice. Sawangkaew forehand again to the backhand of Eala. Sliced. Into the backhand of Sawangkaew. Eala forehand up the line. Sawangkaew gets it back. Eala backhand up the line. Sawangkaew with a slice. Eala with a forehand inside out. Great shot. Sawangkaew slices it down the line. And Eala volleys it away. And we got 1-1. All right. Nice hold from Eala. All right. 1-1. Any more questions about the Analdi retirement? Can we just write this tournament off as a bad job and restart the whole thing? No, because Zverev is going to play for his first slam. And Kaboli and Zverev is a great final. Right? We have a very good final. Like, I'm excited by this final. I think this is a great final. They played twice already this year on clay. It's 1-1. Like, this is a great final. And it's better than Sinner versus Zverev. I think you can admit that, all right? If we're gonna have a final between Zverev and Italian, Kaboli Zverev is a great match. All right, nice in from Sawangkaew, and it's 15-love. All right, 15-love. Better a walkover semi than the final? Well, yeah, that's it too. I mean, can you imagine if Zverev won the final due to a walkover? That would have been devastating for everybody. Because then Zverev would have a cloud over his head for the rest of his life with a slam that he got given. So it's better that Zverev's going to play Kaboli and earn the final or earn the trophy, if you whatever. All right, 15-0. I want Kaboli to win. Okay. Sawangkaew serves into the back of Eala, up the line to the back of Sawangkaew. Eala on the stretch in the net. And it's 30-15. Did you manage to jinx an Audi? How did you manage to jinx an Audi? Why don't you get stuffed? I didn't jinx nobody. This isn't Hogwarts. It's not magic. There's no magic, all right? There's no jinxing. I didn't do nothing. I'm not a magician. 30-15. And with a serve from Sawangkaew is a let. 30-15. As a return from Eala goes to forehand to Sawangkaew. Forehand from Eala. Drop shot. Sawangkaew gets it. Eala pass. Too good. 30-0. Chance for Sawangkaew to get the break. A chance for Eala to get the break. What a weird slam. Yeah. The weirdest. WTA rules. We've got the women's final tomorrow night, which is super exciting. We've got the men's final on Sunday. There's a backhand now from Eala. Sawangkaew slices it back. Eala goes back behind Sawangkaew. Too good. Great shot, Eala. 30-40 to get the break. All right, 30-40. Eala to get the break. Some comments on social media are sick. Lots of conspiracy theories floating. Yeah, well, people are bored. 30-40. That's a fault. Second serve. How do you find Sawangkaew's game? I love her aggression, but sometimes she doesn't convert. Oh yeah, I love her. I love her tenacity. As we get a lob from Eala, but Sawangkaew puts away the smash, and we get the deuce. All right, deuce. We get the deuce. Sawangkaew serves again. As the return goes into the forehand of Sawangkaew, backing up from Eala. Sawangkaew in the nets. All right, advantage Eala. Any last questions before we get? We'll merge the stream. So if you want to keep watching this match, jump on over. Do you have any more questions about Analdi or anything like that, jump on over. We'll keep talking about it during this match with Eala, but because obviously it's a massive deal, right? As the backhand return goes to forehand to Sawangkaew. Eala gets his right with a pass, but Sawangkaew's got a volley. Eala with a pass again is too good. Oh no, it's out. Hawkeye told us it was long. It was wide. 2-1 Sawangkaew. All right, but jump on over if you want to keep talking about French Open stuff or whatever. But yeah, what a shame. What a shame. We've had a couple of retirements this week, and that one was the worst of them all. I mean, the Berrettini one hurt our feelings, but that one we didn't even get a match. You know, it sucks for Rinaldi. Kaboli's going to play Zverev fit though, so that's going to be a banger final, at least on paper. It's going to be two guys coming in with relatively similar length of matches, or at least time on court. Probably better that Zverev's played a little bit more than Kaboli, because Zverev's obviously fitter, more experienced and fitter at this level. So, playing Kaboli with 3 more hours won't be that bad for Zverev, whereas Kaboli gets that extra time, which is good for him. So it actually probably sets up the best final physically that we could ask for. No one's going to be, at least at this stage, no one's got any fitness issues. So it's going to be mano a mano, and we're going to see the best man win on Sunday. All right. 2-1 Sawangkaew. She holds. Eala has had to fight for this match. This has not been easy. But she has got the first set in her pocket. 6-3 first set. As the return goes in the back of Eala, Sawangkaew slice into the back of Eala to the forehand of Sawangkaew. Eala back on the stretch. Sawangkaew with a slice forehand. Eala's going to get that with a forehand up the line. Great shot. Sawangkaew gets a slice back. Eala with a volley. Sawangkaew lob. Too good. I tell you, they're playing some points. Sawangkaew with the slice is staying so low. And we saw Shareva do a little bit of that the other day, where she was hitting these slice backhands that Eala was just struggling a little bit with. And Sawangkaew is using that very effectively. Love 15. Love 15. As a return goes in the net. 15 all. Good serve from Eala. All right, 15 all. As Eala serves again, the back in Sawangkaew. Return is long, 30-15. $30-15. As we define up the line from Eala, Sawangkaew gets it back with a slice. Cross court the back of Eala. Sawangkaew can't get that one. Eala hit the line. All right, 40-15. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Serve to the forehand of Sawangkaew. Back in now from Eala into the forehand of Sawangkaew. Sawangkaew in the net. And it's 2-0. 2-2. Cam really loves Eala. Good one. All right, 2-0. Eala returns the forehand to Sawangkaew up the line to the forehand of Eala. Sawangkaew forehand again, cross court. Eala gets it with the backhand. Sawangkaew inside out forehand of the forehand of Eala. Sawangkaew with the backhand into the net. Love 15. All right, love 15. There's a bit of fault from Sawangkaew, second serve. Double fault. Love 30. Love 30. There's a bit of fault, second serve. So if Eala wins this, she'll take on Masarova, the qualifier in the next round, which Masarova's got a big game. So that could be a tough one for Eala. Volley goes in from Eala to the forehand of Sawangkaew. Up goes a lob. Lob goes long. Love 40. Eala to take the break. By the way, schedule that for tomorrow for this tournament. Do we know when, like when we're watching Eala tomorrow if she wins? Surely the schedule's out. Has to be out. Saturday. Yes. WTA. Wait. It'll be the second match on it, right? It'll be later in the... Wait, when? Oh, no. It'll be the first match on tomorrow. Oh. Starts at 8 p.m. My time. Actually works out well. Eala breaks. Because the women's final's on at like 11. So that actually works out perfect. So the match is on, I guess the matches start first thing in the morning tomorrow? That can't be true. Where's Dutchie? Dutchie has the schedule. Not in a bad way, you never not stream matches. Well, I mean, look how many people are here. So, a lot of people want to watch Eala. And I'm a man of the people. Eala is winning this match. Well, she is. Literally. Setting a break. Both matches are at the same time. Okay, so it is. They are actually both playing at like 11 a.m. Is that what it is? 11 a.m. Anadi was it deliberate food poisoning? No. Like you're joking, right? Like, come on. We're playing that game where we like I wear the tinfoil hat and we have a fun like conspiracy like joke. Right? Like, you're not serious, right? But you're just joking. Come on. Right? We're all having fun. All right, Eala with a set and a break. What from Southern California? Hey, what's up? How you doing, Vic? As Eala goes in the forehand of Sawangkaew, backhand out from Eala. Again to the forehand of Sawangkaew. Eala cross-court forehand is good. 15 love. All right, 15 love. By the way, chat, did anyone see that funny clip of Andre Agassi yesterday where he was like clicking with his fingers and he went like that and then the other host is like, did you just break your hand? I thought that was so funny. And he's like, no, I'm just clicking my fingers. I thought that was so funny. Like just the reaction was like, wait, did you just break your finger? Because it sounded like he did. As the lob goes up, Eala with a smash. She puts it... Oh, it goes back. No, another smash. Sawangkaew gets that back too. Eala smash again. It's going to be a dry volley. Sawangkaew gets it back, but Eala's going to get another smash. And Eala misses it. Oh, no. Great hustle, Sawangkaew. 15-0. 15-0. Man, what a good hustle. All right, 15-0. Thai tennis needs some respect in the name of Parador and Trishapan. He was a legend. I remember him popping off in the 2000s. He was like Djokovic before Djokovic. He did the splits and did all the all the elasticity and all those crazy stretches. Like he was Djokovic before Djokovic. Like, he was doing all those he was like made of rubber. Like he was crazy. 30-15. The streets will remember. The streets will remember. And then I think he had to join the military, right? Because they have compulsory military service, right, in Thailand. So I think that's why he disappeared. Because he had to go into the military. 4 inside out from Eala's a winner, 40-15. I'm pretty sure it's isn't it like 5 years service you got to do? I think that's what I read. Yeah, he retired in 2010. All right, Eala holds 4-2. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I know Korea have like military compulsory service, right? Or maybe not. Maybe it wasn't him. Yeah, okay, maybe it wasn't him. I thought I read somewhere that part of the reason why he retired was because, or he stopped playing because of he had to join the army, but maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I know the Korean players have to, for like a year or two, they have to join the military. So players from South Korea, right? Love 15. But yeah, he was a legend. I remember watching him play in the mid 2000s. He was getting back some ridiculous shots. Love 15, forehand up the line to the forehand of Eala. Forehand now from Sawangkaew as Eala backing up the line. Sawangkaew backing in the net. And Eala's got love 30. Now Eala's starting to run away with this. Love 30. Can't see my tennis talk emojis. Yeah, there's got to be a glitch because I don't know what's going on with that. There must be some glitch going on with YouTube today. Chat, put an emoji, put one of the tennis talk emojis in the chat so I can see who it's working for. They must be doing some sort of an update or something for YouTube. Not on the iPad. Yeah, maybe it's just like again, it has to be a glitch. I don't know what's going on. There's nothing I can do about it on my end, as far as I can tell. Anyways, Eala, she gets the double break. She's going to serve this match. Oh, what a shame. We just got to this, to here. You should dip your toe into the UFC. No. I'm going to leave the other sports to the experts, and I'm going to stick to tennis. If you want to watch UFC, you go over to MMA Holes. They cover UFC perfectly, and just as much as I cover tennis. So I ain't going over there and I'm not. I ain't doing that. I'll leave the other sports to the other channels that are doing a way better job than I could do. You can get some extra sleep now. Yeah, I mean, I can watch a little bit I want to watch a bit of the Rafa documentary. So, I mean, that's on a personal note. Yeah, I get some extra sleep. I have to make videos still. You'd be good at a UFC, yeah. But I'm not. Well, first, I don't know enough, but also other people are doing that. You know, I don't need to do that. You know, other people are doing UFC. You know, like I said, MMA Holes. That's where I go for my go. That's my go-to, and they're friends of the channel. They're really cool. So go check them out. There's no way I'd want to try and do what they do. Just like they don't do tennis, right? I mean, it'd be weird if a soccer channel started doing tennis. You're like, you know, or a football or a boxing channel started to do tennis. You'd be like, oh, why? I'll stick to, I'll stay in my lane. 15 love. As Eala serves again. Eala serves. As the return goes back to Eala. 4 now from Sawangkaew. Eala back in again. Into the net. 15-all. 15-all. Who's Eala's next opponent? So she'll play Masarova in the semis. This hasn't been easy though. This match, the first parts of both sets, Sawangkaew was definitely in with a chance of getting that early lead. 30-15, good forehand from Eala. Like she has made this it's been very tricky for her. Sawangkaew's made it tricky. Why do we stream so much Eala? I don't know, ask the 2,000 people that are watching. As with a slice return into the forehand of Eala, up the line to the forehand of Sawangkaew, and that's going to be a passing shot winner, 30-all. 30-all. Ask all the Filipinos that are staying up at 2 in the morning to watch Eala. That also, like, appreciate the streams when we watch Eala. So why wouldn't I watch Eala if there's a lot of people that want to watch Eala? Also, we're watching Eala, but why does it matter? There's no one else playing. We've got nothing else going on right now. So why are you watching me watch Eala though? If you're not a fan, like that's weird. 2 a.m. we really supportive, exactly. And also like I don't know why. Well, I do know. Like there's a lot of people that don't like the way that they cheer Eala, but the Filipino fans are so nice. In a world of like so many like, you know, in tennis and sports, you know, there's so many fan bases that are so it gets very angry and aggressive. Eala fans are lovely. Like they always leave nice messages and they're always realistic. The ones I talk to anyway. Match point Eala. Like I just like I don't know. I mean, it's just such a nice. It's so nice to have all these new people come in, but they're also nice. It's not like they come in and they're just like pissed off when she loses or screaming at other people. It's so refreshing. As we're back in now from Sawangkaew, that goes out. Eala wins. And it's 6-3, 6-2. Eala's into the semis. And she is playing against another qualifier in the next round. We'll see what happens. Yeah, they always, like the Eala fans always leave lovely messages on the videos, right? They're always commenting and saying nice things. They're always great in the chat. Like, yeah, there's such a nice and like a massive fan base coming in. Like 2 years ago, who would have known that we had this sleeping giant of you know, new fans in the Philippines? And now they're all getting into tennis. They clearly love everything that Eala does because they're watching, you know, challenger events, right? When the French Open's on. So, you know, it's awesome to see this a whole new country being involved in the sport. And again, like I said, refreshing because it's like, I mean, you've been to some of the streams this week, right? Where there's been, you know, two players that, you know, have very passionate fan bases and they start to collide. The other fans don't get into fights with other fan bases. They just appreciate the Eala. And it's nice because that's refreshing. Usually I'm trying to break up fights. I'm just standing there being like, stop fighting everybody. But with the other fans, it's just, you know, they're just happy, cheering, having a great time. It's awesome. So why wouldn't I watch a challenger match when there's a bunch of people that want to watch her and it's a nice, fun time? All right. But Eala wins and she'll take on Masarova in the semis. It's been a long day. Even though we didn't get to watch the second semi-final, we still did get our money's worth on the first one, and we got the extra bonus. It was actually kind of worked out well. Unfortunately, Analdi withdrew, and that's not great. I'd rather have watched the semi-final of a slam. That's 2 semi-finals today, but timing-wise, it actually worked out well that the Eala match didn't collide with anything. She's our golden girl. Yep, that's it. And she could win this whole thing. This tournament is hers. And she's already won a challenger before. So this would be hers up for the up for grabs again. Sorry, Pierre, I missed that. We're going crazy.
Thanks, Cams, for Alex cover. Alex for the win.
No worries. Thank you for the donation. Thank you, Charles, as well, for the 54 months. Appreciate that. And also, I know that Zero, you donated in the other stream. I don't know why it didn't show up, but thank you, Zero, for donating as well in the other stream. Cam, don't you want to talk about Italian conspiracy theories? People are crazy. No, I don't want to. Because it's all like, what are we doing? Like, we can talk. Okay, we can talk about it. Let me just get my hat. No, go on. Give me it. Come on. Let's do it. Let's do the thing. Okay, go on. Throw them at me. I'm listening. I'm all ears. Why did Rinaldi withdraw? Why did he withdraw? Did he withdraw because of other was he really sick? Just tell me your reasons, chat. Go on, tell me your reasons. Hey, Mia, thank you for gifting 5 members. Appreciate that. And thank you, Josh, for the donation. Appreciate it. Did I make that hat myself? I did. I'm kind of a bit of an arts and crafts guy. Give me your theories. Why did he withdraw? He pulled out so Cam could spend time watching Eala. Oh, is that what's going? Is that word on the street? Is it? Word on the street is that he knew that we were watching Eala, so he didn't want to disrupt that. Interesting. That's an interesting theory. A Naudi family is held by the Tennis Federation. Okay, that's crazy. You've been waiting for this. I literally made this hat for this moment. Is that a thrift hat? No, it's not. It's just it's a fedora. It's a metal fedora. Just to keep out the voices. So what other theories have we got? Announcement to all the Eala Hate Club. Eala loses again. Celebrations party is tentatively tomorrow night. Pray all for Eala's opponents. Okay, cool. Don't touch grass. Or are you like making fun of them? I don't know. That was a confusing message. He pulled out because of the Filipino fans. Okay. Well, but seriously, but not really. Take me seriously with this hat. So wait, what were the theories? We're here to make it fun. Tell me your theories. What are the theories online? Go on. I'm wearing the appropriate outfit now, so let's go. I'm ready. He withdrew so Italy has a better chance to win the match. So he withdrew on purpose because Caboli has better chance. Look, half of that is true. Caboli has a better chance without having to play a semi. But he could also could have done with the hit because now Caboli is going to go from FA8 to Zverev with like 4 days rest. And that's not ideal. You know? Also, is Caboli going to doubt himself in the final being like, I didn't earn it? Like, is there gonna be some self-doubt, like imposter syndrome in the final? We don't know. Maybe when he gets to the final, he might be like, oh, I didn't win my semi. You know, should I be here? You know, he definitely should be there. By the way, he shouldn't have doubts, but you never know. Oh, you're laughing at the okay, Raina. He pulled out because he was poor. Yeah, he's sick. He was poorly. Yeah. Oh, Caboli poisoned Rinaldi. That's what you going with that theory, are you? Oh, okay. Cam, you look very dapper with that hat. Do I? Do I look dapper with this hat? I feel dapper. Hey, thank you, Kimchi, for the donation. Appreciate that. Thank you for the super sticker. Possibly to give way to Rinaldi to have a better final. Fresh legs. Look, it's funny because, like, yeah, that's like that is half true, right? Caboli not playing a semi will give him fresher legs against Zverev, but then people are then going, like, people are taking it one step too far, right? Because that's true, right? There is truth to that. Caboli not playing a semi will give him physically. Thank you for the super sticker. physically will give him a better chance in the final, right? He won't have had played a 4-hour match potentially, right? Yeah, less time on court physically will be better for him in the final. But, you would expect, right? You would say. But then people are taking it one step further and going, oh, well, this is on purpose then. They did this on purpose. Like, that's where it gets like, oh, we've taken it too far. Oh, now we're going, oh, and then we're like, oh, it's rigged. Oh, it's, and we're like, come on now. Come on. And now, but Rinaldi was pretty fresh. Yeah, but he didn't pull out because he was sore. He pulled out because he was sick. Like, there's a difference between like him playing, 24 hours on court this week, and then either eating something bad or having something happen, like getting a virus. Like, you can get a virus from not playing tennis. It's just dumb luck. It's unlucky. But nothing's luck. Nothing's a coincidence. Chap, you might be onto something. Eala knows Cam is watching, so she sent Kaboli a special package. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how Eala has got anything to do with Kaboli. He withdrew because he was sad that Italy didn't make the World Cup. So why did he play the tournament then? He should have retired. He should have withdrawn weeks ago. The Euro difference is huge. Semi-finals pay $750K. The final pays $1 million, and the winner gets 2.8. So he wins potentially double if he wins a semi at the least. Yeah. So why would he give up that financial gain, right? Zverev sent Kaboli and Rinaldi seafood, and only one of them accepted. That is so stupid. That is so ridiculous. Eala, overblown talent. Then why watch her? Oh, you talk. People are still. Why are people watching Eala and not like? Why are people getting angry at watching Eala? Why watch Eala if she makes you mad? I hope these people are trying to wind you up, Kim. Oh, they're trying, but I have a tinfoil hat that's going to deflect all the negative vibes. This hat deflects. It doesn't let your yeah. It helps with the signals and the voices. Rinaldi has something against Zverev, so he sent in a fresh Kaboli. Okay. Yeah. By the way, chat, it would be kind of funny if they like this. How like what a mind blowing like surely okay, chat. Let's just take this seriously try and take this seriously, right? So let's say this is what has happened, right? Let's say Rinaldi's like, hey, I'm going to retire. You play against Zverev and be fresh. And like the Italian Tennis Federation have like called me and said, we want Kaboli in the final, right? And you take a knee, right? Let's say this all actually happened. If it was found true, they would be banned forever. That would be like the ultimate match. Wouldn't it? Like, that's match fixing. That like they would be banned for life if they got found out and it was true, right? I mean, like, right? Because it would be considered match fixing, right? Not to mention they'd probably get sued from the French Open because the French Open have to refund everybody's ticket tonight. You think Roland Garros are like, yay, one less match? No, because they just lost a shit ton of money from losing a semi-final. So like they'd get into a lot of trouble if that, like I don't think. They're going to, like, yeah, all the money that they make, plus they'd have to forfeit their prize money. They'd get that taken away if it was true, right? Like, I feel like it's just not, like if we're going to go, like, take this seriously as an actual thing, if they were found out, it wouldn't go down lightly. It wouldn't be like, oh, yeah, good, I get that makes sense. Like, there's some serious consequences to that being true, right? Also, like, I feel like conspiracy theory sometimes just goes down the road of boredom. Like, people want, like, have really good imaginations, which is fun. Like, I have, like, imagination's great. Coming up with great imagination stories, like, cool, that's fun. But, like, Like, come on. Like, come on. More power to your channel, Cam. Shout out from Dubai. Hey, what's up? Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. If Kaboli wins, the conspiracy would be louder. Look, I don't think Zverev's going to turn around the press conference after he loses and say, well, if Rinaldi had played Kaboli, I would have won. Like, I don't think Zverev's going to play into this. Rinaldi loves Zverev too much to beat him, so he gave Kaboli a chance. Crazy. No one will find out. Match fixing's been around since Adam and Eve. I don't think tennis has been around since Adam and Eve, though. So wait, did Adam and Eve play a match and then what? How'd that work? Adam and Eve, did they know? I don't think tennis was invented back then. Rinaldi is an Arsenal fan and Kaboli PSG. What? That makes so much sense. They forge a secret agreement since they're both Italian. They'll divide half the semis and the prize pool purse. One giving up raises Italian chance for RG. So what if Kaboli loses? Like, what if he loses? How many hours Kaboli played versus Zverev for intrastate? I think they've played pretty similar amount. Actually, I think, Kaboli's played one less match, right? So Kaboli's probably played less by probably a couple of hours. But again, I said this earlier, I don't think had Kaboli played tonight, it would have helped Zverev because Kaboli would have had to play more tennis. But I don't think it's a massive disadvantage for Zverev having had to play more tennis because Zverev hasn't played that much more tennis. Like, Zverev didn't play a 5-setter today. He didn't go through a 5-hour match today. Also, Zverev, out of the two guys, I would say is better physically anyway, like overall. Like, if they play a 4-hour match in the final, you would think that Zverev would be fresher, even though he's played more tennis, right? So, like, it probably, if anything, it might equalize, right? Having Zverev play a little bit more tennis than Kaboli. It helps Kaboli's chances, but it doesn't mean Kaboli's the favorite or anything. Like, it just probably gives Kaboli a little bit more, he's a little bit fresher. But also, Kaboli hasn't played since the quarterfinals. And now he's going to be like 4 days of no play. When you played every second day and you're in that rhythm of playing every second day, and then Kaboli all of a sudden gets 4 days off or 3 days off, that's going to break your rhythm big time. Whereas Zverev, by the way, I listened to Zverev. Can't take myself seriously. I listened to Zverev's after-match interview, and he is saying so many of the right things. They're like, oh, you're one match away from achieving a dream. And he's like, yeah, we're just focusing on next match, and we're just going to... He's like saying all the right things. All the things you say about not looking too far forward. And like, he's like, I played really well today, and I hope I play really well on Sunday. Like, he's saying all the right things. He's not getting ahead of himself. He's not getting too excited about things. Like, it's so... Like, he is so locked in. I love this Zverev. And I hope he wins it because for Zverev, it's a huge... he's been perfect this week. He's been saying the right things. He's been playing the right way. He hasn't had any problems. He's played a couple of bad service games in third sets when it didn't matter. So yeah, like, Zverev's been flawless, almost near flawless this week. Kaboli's been great too, though. I mean, Kaboli came back from a set down against FAA, right? He lost the third set against Schweider, but that was a bit of a letdown. But after that, he was fine. So Kaboli's been like perfect too. I mean, we pick going to the semis or even going to the quarters. These were the two guys because FAA had a 5-setter. So you would say these are the two guys that I would have picked for the final at the quarters, right? Because Kaboli had been playing so well in the first week, Zverev as well, and then since then as well, they've both played so well to get to the finals now. So like, this is the two best players of the tournament. Like, there's not like, oh, this guy was playing better and then he had just a bad match. Like, these guys have been the best two players consistently. Anadi withdrew because he wanted Cam's hat. He wanted to see Cam's hat. Well, there it is. And now he's like, yay! Oh, not worth it. Not worth it. Zverev versus Caboli final is the best final for this weird AO. I agree. This is a great final. Even if Caboli played today, would have been a great final. If had Caboli had to play. It's way more interesting because Caboli is now coming in as fresh as he can be. But yeah, I'm so pumped for this final. And it doesn't feel out of place. Like Zverev being in the final, he's been there, done that. And if Zverev beats Caboli and Caboli's lifting a runner-up trophy at a slam, I would not be like, well, that's never going to happen again. Nah, like Caboli has been playing great in the last 12 months. To see him up there on the big stage and playing a Grand Slam final was going to happen. Like the way he's played over the last 12 months, he's shown he got to set up Djokovic at Wimbledon, which has really started, at least for me, started me thinking, shit, this guy's got something. And then he took Italy to Davis Cup glory without Sinner and Musetti. He had the whole of Italy on his back. And then the last couple of months on the clay, he's been playing really, really well. He actually played really bad at the start of the year, and we all thought, oh, shit, what's happened? But then once we hit the clay, Caboli came back to life, and Caboli's been great ever since. So to see him here, it's like, yeah, this was going to happen eventually. He was going to be here. If Sinner was up the top, would he have beaten Sinner? Probably not. But to see him in the final, I don't think that looks out of place. And we've got a great final because these guys have played each other a few times. They played each other twice this year on clay. It's 1-1. And it's going to be the trilogy. So I'm excited for that too. Am I going to watch the World Cup? Yeah. I'll watch it. I might go to the city and watch it. Go into town and watch the football. Watch Australia play. That's what I want to do. Will you watch more Falinska matches? Yeah. I want to watch her. We'll watch her at hopefully at Wimbledon, and she's really fun to watch. Definitely plan on watching more of her tennis. Do they still get the same prize money for the semi-finals if another player withdraws? I'm not sure what the rule is. I think there is a rule that if you withdraw, prize money does get... Especially if you... what is the rule around prize money? And hang on, let me check. There is a rule, I think, around prize money, and if you withdraw, you take a penalty, right? Like you get fined, I should say. Have a look. Yeah, late withdrawal and non-appearance. No player may withdraw from the main his entry from the main draw. Blah blah blah. Yeah, so Ronaldo probably does have to pay a fine. I'm thinking maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty harsh to be like, yeah, you're sick and you withdrew. You now pay us money. By the way, get this: any player not ready to walk on court when the matches are being called will be fined $20,000. Any player not ready to play within 15 minutes after a match they are called for will be fined an additional $20,000. Jesus! All right, so if you punctuality is a rule. That's crazy. Anyways, yeah, I don't know if he gets... Oh, here we go. Fines. That's all just... Leaving the court. First round. Performance. You'd be fined up to $50,000 for hitting the ball out of the stadium. It says here. Verbal abuse. Violation of this section shall subject a player to a fine up to $50,000 for each violation. Jeez, that's expensive to just say a bad word. Oh, yeah, if you get defaulted, you lose your prize money. That makes sense. See, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he withdrew. It depends on how late he withdrew. I mean, he withdrew at the last minute. So, like, that's probably gotta give the tournament's gonna be not happy with that, right? They because people would have been coming to the stadium and being there, and they had to turn around and say sorry, no match. Like, how do you withdraw an earlier? Or I don't know. I don't know if he has to pay a fine, but I'm sure the French Open were not thrilled hearing him withdraw at the last minute. They would have known all day, though. They would have said, like, hey, we don't know. But the tournament couldn't announce it, that he wasn't going to play until he decided to not play. What do Grand Slams do with both finalists unable to play? Well, they don't. That's never happened. So, if that was to happen, it would be a draw, and they'd divvy up everything evenly, and there'd be no champion. It's happened once. I think there was 1 year at the Australian Open that there was no champion because it was weather, or maybe it was somewhere else. But yeah, if both players were unable to play, then yeah, there would be no winner, and they'd split the prize money in half, or they'd split the points in half, and everything would be given as two finalists, and not for a winner. But I mean, how's that going to happen? Like, if you're sick and your opponent's sick, you're going to try and play a bit of chicken, aren't you? And you're just like, you're going to try and you're going to go, okay, well, how sick are you? I'm pretty sick. Well, I'm okay. I'm going to try and get on court at least. Like, you're going to wait. You're going to play the waiting game, right? Like, you're going to go, okay, who's going to withdraw first? Because whoever withdraw first loses, right? You got to play chicken, right? So you're going to play. You're going to do everything you can to get on court, even if you just feel like absolute garbage. But if your opponent does too, you're probably just going to be like, I just want to get out on court first, and if I'm like the last man standing kind of thing, right? Battle of the bluffers, exactly. All right, chat. I'm out of here. But oh, man, what a shame. What a shame. I was looking forward to that. I did feel like Cobolli and Aldi was going to be a crazier match than the Zverev one. Potentially a 5-setter because they're friends, and yeah, it could have been really, really fun. Man, what a shame. But hey, that's tennis, right? It happens. It happens. But I'll see you guys tomorrow for the final, the women's final. Also, we're going to watch Eala before. I think Eala's playing first tomorrow. So we'll tune into Eala. We'll tune into the women's final. Men's final for Sunday. And we will go from there. But Eala wins. 6-3, 6-2. Hour and 20 minutes. She's into the semis of Birmingham. See you tomorrow.